Hey Hannah, it's Carrie. Just finished watching your video. Hopefully my computer stays still and doesn't fall. It's propped up on two pillows because we're camping. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started into your video. So I like how you, on the questions about the parents, I like how you picked up on the assessment part. I know when I watched the video, I had determined that this was not the initial meeting. There were some past tense verb usage where it almost implied like it was not their first one. But maybe I think the numbers at the bottom in the circle were numbers, so they had been talking for nearly 2.5 hours by that clip was showing, I'm assuming. So I had talked about how that question stemmed from that belief that a lot of theories think, and especially Adlerian, where we're greatly influenced by our parents. And so my thought was Adlerian, that thought, and so maybe he was going along the lines of, what was life like with your parents, their relationship, and to see how that kind of reflected into her life as an adult and in her own marriage. But I like how you put that in as the assessment questions. Getting to know her and her getting to understand her view on relationships. And so I like how you picked that part up, that it was a part of assessment. Because what you did there is I like how you talked about her view on relationships and patterns that she learned from her parents, and how that has impacted patterns that she has developed or she still uses kind of as coping mechanisms for things that she experienced as a kid growing up with her parents. And then the life tasks, I agree with you that love, she talked about the love life task of, she's divorced and there's a potential, she's open to a future relationship, and then caring for her children, and then being a teacher, that work life task as well. I agree with you on all of those there. And then the interventions, I looked, and maybe I'd misinterpreted, but you kind of took a different spin on it than I did, because you had talked about the interpretation, intervention, and how looking at through the assessment, him picking up on the patterns of selfishness, and not malicious selfishness, but more where she is looking out for herself, so that she does what she needs to do, and how even if someone is helping, she doesn't really acknowledge that. And so I like how you picked that part up. I kind of picked up on similar to that. I picked up on the that maybe this is more of like an encouragement part of it that I picked up on, was the possibility of creating some kind of coming to peace with her ex, and her talking about how she's not ready for that to actually happen, because she still has a lot of anger that she has to overcome, but just working on visualizing and thinking about that, I think was his way of encouraging her to think and accomplishing that goal. But I do like how you got the interpretation part of, you talked about all these things in your life, and how all of that is really kind of selfish in a way. And I think you can see that realization on her face as well. So I really liked everything that you said. There were some differences on things that we had picked up on, and I like that. And so I really enjoyed your video. Thanks.